guys. Setting up my first video for a podcast I'm trying to do.
Oh, cool. What's your podcast?
It's about a little bit of everything. So I grew up poor raised by a single mom, and not having a dad in my life kind of taught me a few things, and I didn't learn until later. And so having these epiphanies, I guess you can say, happen later in life. It's like, okay, well, I want to take what I've learned now and instill it into younger people who went through the similar struggles that I went through. Yeah, so I wanted to start off with who should receive the first plate. I don't think a lot of people know the answer to that one and can give a reason why.
Talking about like in a, oh sorry.
Yeah, if you guys don't mind, would you mind standing here to be in the video, or if you're comfortable with?
I'm Quabi, by the way.
Quabi Chase.
Nice to meet you, Chase. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Taylor.
Hi, Taylor
nice
Chase.
To meet you. I'm gonna hold
Yeah,
you.
appreciate you guys taking interest.
You mean like in like a family setting?
Correct. So
And then
what?
Who gets up to get the first?
Yeah. So who's dished first? So let me kind of clarify on when it comes to, and I'll do this with you as well.
Right.
So when you're having dinner made, whoever's making the dinner, whether it's the mom, traditionally it's the mother, and then the father and the kids. So when it comes down to who's being served first, as in at a dinner table, right? So I imagine that the woman is coming to bring the food. Does she serve the children first, or does she serve the man first? And why? And what is your reasoning?
The old folks get served first.
Okay.
I mean, if it's like grandparents and uncles and aunts and whatnot, and then you have, the father or whatever, it's always the elderly that get fed first.
Okay. Now, between two parents, who would get served first? The parent, the father, the mother, or the child?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's like an actual 100% right answer.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on each family, right?
Right.
For me, if I were to have a family, I don't have a family yet, I would want to be served first.
As the man.
But then I wouldn't expect my wife to be cooking all the time. I'd cook sometime and then she would be, served first and then the kids.
Yeah. Okay. So that was going to be my answer, is that the man gets served first because he's the provider, he's the security, he's the one who takes care of the household.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I would say, on contrary to that, the husband would get served first because he was first. As far as like the relationship, it's the husband and wife first, then the kids.
Yeah.
So even if I were cooking, I would serve my wife first.
Okay. So just out of respect for taking care of your
Right.
wife. Yeah.
Well,
so
yeah.
so the kids are going to be the ones who are served last. And
Right.
some people would have a prerogative or an argument to that because they see like, oh, well, they're my children, I'm going to take care of them first. Well, that creates a sense of selfishness within the child because they don't understand that there's a hierarchy, there's an order that happens within the family, that the father is the head of the house, then the mother, and then the children, and then of course God is at the top of all that. But in this, who gets fed first is how that order goes, and then depending on if you're going to say children, I was going to go on to kind of poke your brain a little bit more, but it sounds like you already got an idea of what it's supposed to be like. Nice.
Sure, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Good
You
job.
have, like an Instagram or something?
I don't have YouTube, and I have a TikTok if you guys want to check me out there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys are having it. Thank you for
thank
being
you.
the first people I've ever talked to and going so well.
What's your TikTok?
It's called The Affront Podcast. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Take it
Yeah,
easy.
you too. See you guys. Okay, so that went spectacular. I am very nervous about all this. This is my first time being out here. I'm out here in Tacoma. I got a nice view of the mountain there and the bridge. But yeah, that went extremely well. I'm very grateful for the mindset of those two individuals, where it was very interesting and exciting. Looking forward to seeing how the next couple of interactions will go. Doing interviews on this question that I have here. It says, who should receive the first plate? And the setting is when it comes to dinner time or a family setting.
So if it was like my immediate family?
Yeah, so it'd be more of like you as the father, her as, I'm guessing you guys are together, her as the mother, and you guys have children. If you wouldn't mind, would you mind standing here to be in the, thank you, appreciate it. My name's Chase.
Hunter.
Hunter?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, we'll exchange the mic
Okay.
here. Yeah, so it's just a family setting. You as the father, her as the mother, and you guys have a couple kids. You're at work, you're the provider, and she cooks. Who at dinner time does she serve first? Does she give the plate to you as the man of the house, or the children?
I would prefer that she served the children first.
Okay.
If this was 20 years ago and we were in that kind of time frame of
Yeah.
belief and stuff like that, that's a different thing where you could say, hey, I'm the provider, I make all the money, I want dinner first. I'm making money for the children and her. I want the children fed first. I think I'd take my plate, and then Mrs. over there can take hers.
What sort of impact do you think that would have on children as them being served first? I understand that that is your prerogative as a man of household, head of household. What do you think that would do for children being served first?
I think that lets them know that they have a home that they are appreciative in and that they are taken care of. The children are always going to come first, no matter what. We don't have children ourselves, but when we do eventually have children, they're going to be first ones served every single time.
So, from my perspective, what happens when you serve children first, they get a sense of self-entitlement a little bit because they're the first ones who haven't done anything to inherit the givings of you and your wife, as you as a provider and her as the homemaker. And that's how entitlement happens. So the point of what I'm trying to say is that with this sort of mindset, being mindful of children, having that sort of perspective, that it just kind of becomes ingrained, I suppose you can say.
Fair enough. I think it could get to that point if you are not teaching lessons as well. If you just put the plate down and say, hey, you're first, you give plate first, it'd be one thing. I think if you were to sit down and explain, be like,
Yeah.
Dad worked this hard for you. To be honest, I'm going to be the one cooking anyways.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm the cook in the
for
family.
sure.
I'm the one that cooks. I eat as I cook. So
Okay.
even when I cook for her, I don't even eat most of the time. So I think it would be the same situation. I'm still going to be the provider, but I'm going to be home. I'm going to cook, and I'm going to make sure mine are fed first.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So if you guys get married and have children, they become products of a marriage and not the marriage. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that your guys' priority are to take care of children, but it's also to take care of yourselves and produce children, and then make those children be as best as they can be, especially being better than yourselves.
They are obviously a product of marriage, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that they are a product. That if you could think of it, if in your mindset that these children are a product of because we got together, I think that is a negative aspect of thinking that way. They are a blessing that you had, not a product. And so I think that even though if you put that mindset in there, that they might think they are a product and that they are getting first served, so they might be a better product than me and the mother would be. And so you would give them that plate, set it first, and then explain, hey, by the way, this isn't you're getting this because you're better than anyone else. Be like, you're getting this because dad worked all day, dad's cooking, mom took care of you all day, and we need you to grow up and stronger and to learn those lessons to when they eventually grow up and have children.
So how would you instill life lessons? Like, what would you say to your kids as they're growing up? Like, what life values would you give to them to be able to have successful marriages and have successful relationships and also raise their kids to be better than themselves?
Family, love, and Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. Nice job. Yeah. What would you say is your favorite verse or a verse that you know?
I'll be honest, I'm getting more into it.
Okay, you're new.
I'm fairly new. I had a dream that changed everything, and
Awesome.
I am reading more and researching more, and I love it.
Yeah, praise God. It's really hard nowadays, like when we're the way the world's going right now, we're kind of straying away from Jesus and getting away from God, and everyone's kind of taking, like with the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't know if you know it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. Okay, yeah, they took that out of schools, and what I really like about the Pledge of Allegiance is that it's under God, but also we're indivisible as a nation, and we're losing that unity that we don't have.
100%.
Yeah. So it makes it challenging to be able to help your neighbor, especially with a cup of sugar or something like that. Just in any sort of regard, everyone thinks that we're trying to get something over them to benefit ourselves, and really it's just like, I just need a little bit of help. I'd appreciate if you can help me, and we'll
Yeah.
just, and just move on from that. But you don't have a verse in mind. You don't have. Do you have anything else that you'd like to add about your journey that you're having with Jesus?
Just that I've had friends who have always been about God and Jesus, and I've always kind of like pushed them off a little bit. And through my own experiences and things that have happened, that I've learned to reach out to them and actually help learn what I need to learn and stuff like that. So honestly, right now, I got a Bible about 2-3 weeks ago,
Okay,
and I
yeah.
just started reading a little bit of it, and I'm just going to digest it, and yeah, I'm just getting there.
What chapter did you start on? What book?
I started on the King James Bible, the very first one. I'm sorry, is Matthew's, I believe.
Okay.
Is that the first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Testament. Yeah. One that I would recommend that was recommended to me because I'm still fairly new to following Jesus and getting involved in a church and being a part of a church and the body of Christ. One that was recommended to me is the book of Luke because it talks about Jesus' journey and what he's done and the miracles he was able to provide. And my favorite verse it was very short, it was easy to remember, is Luke 4 verse 12, and it says, "Do not put the Lord your God to the test," because a lot of people will do that where they'll test God and say, well, if there is a God, this wouldn't happen. And we are dealing with a lot of anguish and a lot of pain in this world, and it's really hard to see if God is so loving and made such a world to be so great, why is there so much suffering? And it's us ourselves who are doing that because we're not following God and making those mistakes.
That was honestly, I was there. I was like, if God is real, why was all this bad stuff happening? And then you learn it's the God gave people free will. That is it. That is the number one thing. God gave people free will. They're free to do what they want. Good, bad, ugly. They are free to do that.
What would you like to see for Jesus to do for your life?
I think he's doing a lot right now, and I just need to do more for him.
Great answer. Nice job, man. Is there anything else you'd like to ask? Or
No,
okay.
man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thanks for stopping by.
What would this be on?
So I have YouTube and TikTok right now. If you want to take a look at it, it's called The Affront Podcast.
Okay. You said YouTube?
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube and TikTok. Yeah.
Duke did so good, just like sitting there.
I forgot you guys had a dog. He did it. Yeah, he did phenomenal.
All right, yeah. I saw this here and I was like,
What's this about? Yeah. Hey, what's going on?
I see this,
I
like,
appreciate it,
on
man.
TikTok.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
really appreciate it.
You said you've seen me on TikTok?
No, I've seen people do similar on TikTok, but never like here in Tacoma.
Oh, okay. And that's the thing. Like, I went to Miami for a men's podcast, a men's help podcast, because I was raised by a single mom, and I didn't have a lot of a father figure or a role model to kind of exemplify what a man should look like. And so going over to this Miami, Florida, we got into conversations and understanding, and I was like, wow, okay. So I asked my question, like, why aren't we doing it over here? And it's just like there's just not enough of an interest, or it's an entirely different environment is what I'm trying to say compared to here. Yeah. And so I wanted to be here. So they're on the other side of the country. I'm on this side of the country. And so I'm like, we need to be everywhere, having these kinds of values and being able to kind of teach people like how to operate within a household. Because my main concerns are when it comes to kids is that they don't know how to behave when it comes relationships. Some people are very emotional and they act out, they punch walls, it just can get really extreme. But if you can understand how it's supposed to be and then talk through that, because that's another thing too, is being able to talk about how you guys are supposed to be within a relationship, and having someone who has a sound mind to be able to guide that relationship is kind of what I'm trying to do, because I can be very thought-provoking and have a lot of perspectives. I'm of course drawing a blank right here right now, but I wanted to start off with this because it's very passive, it's not very aggressive. No one's going to get mad at me and say, hey, I don't like how you said that, or whatever it is. It's inviting, and that's what I'm trying to be until as I move forward and come up with more provocative questions, then I'll be able to come up with those.
All right, yeah, that's really cool, man. I'll
Thank
have to
you.
see you around again.
Yeah. Yeah, when it comes to a dinner setting. You think the woman should? Why should the woman get the first plate? Just because she's a woman? So if the man's a provider and he's taking care of the household, and the woman is, we can imply that she stays home, why should she get the first plate if he's providing the household, the funds, and the ability to be able to make the food? Because he loves her? What is she doing in return to show that she loves? that is one answer that men will accept. But how long do you think that would last in a relationship if you're looking for a lasting relationship? So you think the man would be in charge of the relationship at that point? Then.
But if she's not doing anything, no, I don't think any man that's just not in it for himself would give a woman a plate first. But if he's an actual genuine gentleman from the start, the woman would always get the first plate, or the kids and the woman.
How are you able to vet a woman that's going to be a long-term partner if you're doing everything you can? Because the reason I'm bringing this up is because marriages end in 80% of divorces from the woman's side. They initiate 80%. Okay, so in the case of a relationship, right, you were thinking respect goes to the woman. We'll pass this back and forth. The respect goes to the woman because she's a woman. We're doing our duty as men to take care of them. So there comes a point where men become so used and abused that we eventually get divorced, and women unfortunately don't find us attractive to a certain degree. We need to uphold ourselves as men to be able to command that sort of authority and respect from the woman, and which is where we need to be upholding ourselves. And a sign of a woman respecting us is serving us first. And that's where I'm going with this, because in my question I also include children, and a lot of times people will say children deserve the first plate, but that's not what we're talking about right now. If you'd like to talk about that, we can get there. But what do you have to say about the thoughts that I'm giving you now?
Absolutely, I think you're right, because as far as the man should receive the plate first, because we are the provider. If we are providing and there's no kids involved, we should, because we are the man, we need the nutrition first, and you know, the woman should just wait till afterwards because she's already being taken care of, you know, and we actually need the food first because we need the nutrition. We need to be not stronger, but you know, we actually deserve the food first, you know. So.
Yeah, it's a sign of respect, especially from the woman's side, because we are providers, we're protectors, and we'll do anything we can to take care of our women. We'll make sure they have
Well,
nice.
let's just eat first, and then
Yeah, and then we can get to other business.
right,
Yeah, I gotcha. So yeah, that's what I got going on here with this sort of question is to kind of lay down a foundation or establish. Sorry, just a moment with those. Lay down or establish how a relationship should look, because a lot of people would say, I had a couple people say that women should get served first, and it was the man saying that because they're just women and they love them, but we also need to be respected as head of household and providers and
They
protectors.
said that?
No, I'm
You
saying
know
that.
the women have said that.
No, I'm saying
Oh,
they
yeah.
didn't say that. I just talked to the men so far. Women haven't actually had an engaging conversation with me yet. Yeah.
Well, this is awesome, man.
Yeah, appreciate
Do you
it.
have like a business card or something?
I have a YouTube and a TikTok.
Because I'll be more than willing to answer any questions like one day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I could call you up or something and see, and I could just sit there and answer.
And we
all
could
your
do something like
questions.
this again.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you want to
Yeah.
add me on TikTok or
That'd
YouTube.
be awesome. You got like a number or something? You know, I won't give it to nobody. Bro.
Let's start off with YouTube and TikTok, and then if we find out that we have a good relationship, we can move forward.
That'd be dope, bro.
Yeah.
Something just told me to come this way, man. You
Okay.
know,
God's working on you,
I'm
huh?
kinda interested in that. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, that's awesome.
Um,
Wow,
It's not
that's
even for the money or nothing like that. It's just I want to feel like I always felt like I'm something more.
Yeah.
Something.
Absolutely, yeah.
This is. I just don't have friends like that.
Yeah,
actually have the
yeah.
power to do that.
yeah, and that's another thing that I'm trying to promote
I've been
too.
through a lot too. So.
I have too.
Yeah.
I've been in juvie a couple times. I've caught a few felonies. I was raised by a single mom. I've had a pretty hard life in that sort of sense, and I've had to build myself up to be able to do something like this. It's taken me a lot of nerve to be able to do this and talk to strangers and have all my words come out the way I'm working it out. But also too that I'm also trying to talk to men and let them know that they have value, that they're not useless, they're not worthless. They are something to be respected. They are something that should be respected, especially from women, because women today are not raised or taught to be able to respect men.
Right, you're
Yeah.
right about that,
Yeah, because they'll get in your
Like
face.
The 80s or the 90s. Then yeah.
Yeah, because they'll get in your face and they'll argue and they'll want to fight, and it's just like there's no respect for me. And then manipulation comes in, and being able to identify that is also an important key role.
Like right now, it's like, oh, I got to do what my lady wants, you know, even though I want to do this, you know, and get
Yeah.
to know you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh no, I better get over to my lady or she's going to be mad.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And
Yep.
then it doesn't bother her, you know, but it's just going to bother me. Like, I'm going to be like, man, I'm going to think about later, like, that was crazy, man. I just wandered over here for no reason. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, and
You know,
just
this
like
is actually interesting, but I was kind of like, damn, I want to do this all the time now, you know?
yeah, yeah.
I don't want to not do this anymore. I don't even care about the camera thing, you know? It's just, I kind of want to do this all the time. you
And
know?
it's really hard to find the right people to do this kind of stuff with. Like, that was my biggest, like, I'm doing this by myself, man.
Yeah,
Everything's
awesome.
by myself. I edit, I bought all this, I'm here by myself. It's really a stretch for me. And trying to find people I can rely on and be there with me is also a challenge, just like how you're saying.
We're just at home all the time.
Yeah.
I have nothing to do.
Mhm.
So, you know, I feel like this could actually be some way for me to do something positive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
No, let me ask you, because I'm kind of picking up something here. What is the strongest thing that you deal with on a personal level? Like, if you're willing to talk about that right now. Like, what is some inner conflict that you deal with? That
Drug addiction.
drug addiction.
Drug addiction.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Drug addiction. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Why do you think it has such a strong hold on you?
Because it's always been there for me when nobody else was, you know, and I could just turn to that, whatever it was, whatever drug it was, I could just turn to it and be like, okay, I'm fine, you know. But
It was your dependency.
exactly, dependency. Yeah, it was
Okay.
always there when I needed it, you know. If anything, you know. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, stay strong, man. I mean, you got that strength in you. You just got to be able to. I mean,
I
if
have to quit though, you know, soon, real soon. So, you know,
Do you-
I feel like, this could be something I quit for. I have to quit for my daughter as well.
Okay. That's a good
I just had a
motivator.
daughter about a week ago, so.
You just had one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now's the time to shape up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Good. No, it's good that you're making those
just need some
acknowledgments.
good friends, man. So just give me a chance, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, the money and all that, I don't care about that, bro. You know.
Okay.
I'm just trying to build a relationship.
Yeah.
And if money comes, then I guess it does. You know.
Yeah. Do you follow Jesus at all?
Absolutely.
You do?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your verse that you keep in mind, or a verse that you know?
Just have have faith in me, you know, and you'll have eternal life. You know?
Okay.
You know, just have faith in him, you know.
Okay.
He's real, you know. Just believe in him more than anything, wholeheartedly, and that's all he asks.
And so you know and understand that Jesus is there for you then.
Yeah, he's definitely real.
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
real. So he works in mysterious ways, you know.
Absolutely. And he doesn't always give us what we want, but he gives us what we need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even though because I know I was thinking the other day, like, man, I want more for myself. Like, I was watching the Drake video and stuff, and I was like, listen to that God's Plan song, and I was like, well, what's my plan? You know, what's his plan for me? You know what I mean? And so I'm getting a chance to talk about it, you know. And it's kind of like, man, I want to know what his plan for me is. You know, I do music and stuff like that. I mess around with it, but like I said, I never really had time to or had the funding to be able to do anything like that. You know, to just go to the studio and record, or have a friend that has a camera and record, or anything like that, you know. So it's kind of like, but like he said, he will provide. If you believe in him, all things are possible, you know. So I feel like I can build my friend base and build a relationship with him and the people he puts in front of me, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. I hear you, man. Appreciate you coming out and talking to me and being drawn here, and for whatever reason it was.
Is this gonna be on YouTube or something?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
cool.
I plan
So I can show
to.
my girl this and be like, look, he's actually a good friend I should possibly have, you know.
Yeah.
He's not just someone tweaking on the camera, you know.
Yeah. I've actually never done drugs. I've
So,
never
yeah,
messed with it.
I don't admit it. I don't. It's embarrassing to say it, you know what I mean? But you
Yeah.
know, hey,
And that's
there's more to me than that, though. So
And that's the beautiful thing too. Depending on where this goes, people can see your struggles and where
Yeah.
you've gone and where you've been, and
Yeah.
how you're starting to renew and,
Yeah.
and become a better person. And you know, a lot of people need that sort of inspiration and
to relate to, yeah.
and
yeah.
they can relate to.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another one. Okay.
All right, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
For real.
Yeah.
Tell me, bro.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Take
Thank
care,
you.
man.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
You're welcome. This is an absolutely beautiful opportunity that I'm taking on myself, and being able to be here for people like Dominique who are struggling and who need that mental clarity, who need to be able to just kind of talk to somebody and be involved and around positive people. And you know, as much as like it's uncomfortable for me to kind of talk to strangers and give personal information like I just did, I think it's for the best. And I think that as long as I continue to do what I'm doing and believing in what I believe in, I'm going to make a difference, especially in this area. We need people doing what I'm doing right now, and I believe in what I'm doing, and I'm going to make an impact, and that's the point. I'm gonna stick around a little bit longer and see if there's anyone else I can talk to, but for the most part, this will probably be the end of the video.